Good evening. Good evening to today's workshop on next gen research tools. So it is our immense pleasure to welcome you all to this gathering of third day of this workshop. So today's guest is Dr. A. Aravind Raja Sir. So he's working in JKK Nagaraja College of Arts and Science, Government Aided, Namakkal District. He had work experience in Manonmaniam Sundarnath University, and he had cleared NET and SET examinations, and he have various research interests, and he have published his research articles in international and national level workshops and conferences. So it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you, sir, for this gathering.
Thank you. Can I start, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, good evening, all. First of all, let me express my gratitude to Professor Rexmart, the administration of SRM Institute of Technology and Science, for having given this opportunity. So, today's the third day session will focus on AI-powered literature reviews. So in this session, majority we will be covering three different things. First, we will cover what is AI-powered research and what is the process of literature review, and we'll finally close with the demonstration of few research tools, AI tools that is used to collect literature review. So what can AI do in a research? So people have a doubt whether AI can write a paper, whether AI can do anything and everything from A to Z and get it published in a Scopus Index on UGC Careless Journal or something. No, AI can just help a researcher, help a human researcher to get his research paper done, to get his research dissertation done. So what can AI do is it can automate the routine task like literature searching, reference management, citation, and all other things which are a standard established pattern of study. We all know research is an established pattern of study. We'll start with problem formulation, we'll go for hypothesis, we'll go for research methodology and data analysis, and finally we'll summarize the findings. So most of the things in research are routine. So AI can help you to automate these routine tasks, and it can also enhance your data analysis. Data analysis is a critical component in research, as we all know, because if you make any small mistake in data analysis, the output will be completely wrong. So, from the beginning, data analysis has always been supported by softwares like Microsoft Excel, Google Sheet, and now we use SPSS, Jamovi, R, and like the advanced softwares. So, using artificial intelligence, you can enhance this data analysis process by even if it is a complex data set, AI can do it with ease. So even it can use advanced analytical capabilities, not only restricting it with basic tests, you can also use advanced analytical capabilities with AI. The third thing is it will generate and it will give you intelligent insights. People nowadays do not share their research with others, thinking that research is it is their own property. But when we share with others, we get multiple insights on our research. But even without sharing with others with the field, with the help of AI, it will give you multiple hypotheses. It will give you multiple intelligent insights, and finally, it can also lead you to interdisciplinary research because as a research scholar or as a research faculty, we always have a domain knowledge inside our field only. So what this AI can do, if you're putting a question or if you're putting a literature review in an any AI software, it can find and lead you to multiple research papers on various domains. So this one can also AI do. So coming to literature review, what is a literature review? So literature review is a systematic summary, analysis, and synthesis. So it is systematic. So we summarize, we analyze, we synthesize the existing research on a specific topic. For instance, if your topic is on something like NEP 2020 or higher education, once you have decided the topic, you'll go to the AI, you'll go to the databases, academic databases to find whether any research that has been done on the topic previously. So it helps you to identify what is already known. on what are the gaps or what are the limitations of the research that is already available in the existing field, and what kind of theoretical frameworks are used, and what kind of methodologies are used in the field. So in simple way, it is to understand the existing knowledge and identify research gaps and to establish the context of the research. So this is the process of literature review. So the scholars might know this is the process of literature review. So once you define your research topic, once you get to define your research questions, after setting clear boundaries and scope for our research, we'll search for relevant literature. So we go for academic databases like Google Scholar, JSTOR, and many are there. So we go to those academic databases, and with specific keywords, we try to find research articles, research dissertations, and all those things. And after finding those search results, we'll evaluate and select few sources. We'll evaluate and select sources that are relevant to our research. And after evaluating, we'll group things based on the year of publication, or based on the theme, or based on the study type, and that goes on. So once we organize, we analyze, we synthesize the findings, we write the review, we revise and finalize. So this is what happens in literature review. But people who do literature review manually, people who have done literature review manually, they'll answer to this question. It would take around some 6 to 8 months, or maybe almost an year, or even more, for completing a literature review for a complete thesis. If you are writing a research paper, it may take you more than 1.5 months or 2 months for a literature review, because you need to identify the exact sources, the right sources. You need to synthesize the findings. You might not find the source to be relevant to your paper, and these things all happens. But with the help of AI, you can do it in a minute or so. Why are literature reviews important? Since this session is focused on AI powered literature reviews, I'm dealing with why are literature reviews important. So it is the foundation for research. It is a building blocks of the research. Once we have identified the research topic, the research question, we'll move into the literature review. So it will give you a comprehensive understanding of the field. It will help you identify what are the key theories that has been discussed in our field of research, what are the concepts that has been used before, and what methodologies do researchers use to come to the solution, come to the findings, and to identify the research gaps. So if several researches has been done on the particular field, it will help you to identify what are the limitations of the existing studies. So it highlights unanswered questions. So some questions might not be answered in the previous researches. So it will help you to identify the research gap, and it will also help you to avoid redundancy. Sometimes after completing the research, you'll find that the research has already been done 3 years before, and the publication is available online. So in order to avoid repetitiveness, the literature review section will help you. And contextualizing your study. So where does your study stand in this field? So it will help you to align your with established literature and to improve research design. So once you've done the literature review, you'll find that what research design or what research methodology has been proven successful, and what methodologies that have not been proven successful. So this will help you to choose the exact research design or research methodology that can be used for your research. And finally, to support credibility, since after completing your research, after presenting your findings, if you could associate your findings with the established findings of the previous studies, it will gain your credibility. It will make the world know that you know something about the field. So this is the overview of the manual steps. Manually, we go for searching the relevant articles in various databases. As I said earlier, it is time consuming. It may take more than a year to complete a dissertation, or a literature review for a dissertation or a thesis. And after searching the relevant articles, we'll organize the findings. So what problem happens in organizing the findings is we might prone to bias. Since whenever we start a research, whenever we start the objectives, we have a tendency, or we have a outlook to complete the research to suit our objective. So we want our hypothesis to be proved. So we might biatically consider and select few research articles that can only support our hypothesis. So in manual steps, it is prone to bias. AI can limit that. And while analyzing the results of the previous studies, we might tend to get an information overload. So we might be doing a literature review of 150 studies, 200 studies, or more than 500 studies. We have too much of information, and we might get distracted from our own objective or our own hypothesis of the study. And finally, citations. Everyone have this problem. So after some 1 to 1 or 2 months, you might forget where did you take this quotation from. So the citations may go wrong, the citation might be inconsistent. So these are the challenges faced in manual steps. And how AI addresses these traditional challenges, how artificial intelligence or other cutting edge technologies can address these traditional challenges. First thing, it can make your search faster. You need not go to libraries, because previously, maybe before 1990s or before 2000, we might want to visit every library in the world to find articles, find literature relevant to our research. Now at least it is available in Google, it is available in JSTOR, it is available in Semantic Scholar, and like many websites. It can make your search faster, and it can help you for faster data extraction. If you want a particular data from a particular paper, it can help you to extract the data very much faster. The second thing is improved accuracy and relevance. So using keywords and using natural language processing and generative AI, you can find papers that are relevant to your study, and you can find methodologies and papers which are very much accurate. Finally, you can also get some insight generation, which we'll see while demonstration of AI tools. Next. So this is the core of our session, key AI tools for literature review. So I have categorized these tools into three parts. The first will focus on search and discovery. So these tools will help you to find papers. This will help you to search papers, discover literature in your field. And the second set of tools will help you to summarize the existing research and do an analysis before synthesizing. The final set, the data visualization category, will help you to find the literature review in a visualized manner. We'll see the first tool, the demonstration. The very first tool is dimensions.ai. So this is the first tool, Dimensions AI Assistant. This is the comprehensive research platform powered by several artificial intelligence features. It offers access to vast data sets. More than 150 million data sets can be accessed. 150 million publications can be accessed. It can access to grants. It can access patents. It can access clinical trials and policy documents and so on. And this website is designed to streamline research workflows and enhance discovery. As I said earlier, this particular research tool is to find research papers, search and discover research papers. So this is the home page of the Dimensions website. So if you open the home page, first it may ask you to log in, it may ask you to sign up, and after registering with your email ID and all those credentials, it might take you to a home page like this. If you find in this page, there is a search bar. There is a search bar where you can type your keywords, or where you can type your research question for searching. It has filters in the left side column, and it has analytical views in the right side column. See, look at this number. This can gain access to 150 million and more publication. This can gain access to 37 million data sets. And if you look at this grants, patents, clinical trials, policy documents, and reports, these can only be accessed by premium version. So there is a diamond-like symbol near to all these things. If you want to get access to clinical trials, you might upgrade to your premium one. But in free version, you can gain access to 150 million publications. And if you open this website maybe a week after week, it has access to more than 10 million by every week. So what you are going to do is you will search for your research area, maybe the objective, the research question that you have in hand. In this homepage, I have searched for NEP in higher education, the implementation of national education policy in higher education. Once I have used this search bar, once I have filled this text in the search bar, it is says that around 63,000 publications are available in the database of Dimension. So now what we can do is we can sort the data by these categories, like publication year, researcher, categories of research, what type of research do you want, and what publication type. Do you want an article, do you want a dissertation, do you want a book chapter, or do you want edited book? What type of publication do you want? And if you have some source titles, if you have the titles of the keywords in mind, you can give that in that. And you can also choose the journal list. You only want the articles to be from quarterly 1 or Q1 of the research journal of Scopus. You can do that. And if you only want the open access journal, you need not want to spend time to or spend money to gain access to the premium journals. You can choose a open access journal. Next, what I have done in this is restricting the data to 2024 and 2023. So I want articles NEP in higher education, but that should only be limited to 2024 and 2023, not before that or not after that. So I'll give this limit to option. Once I'll give this limit to option, it will take you to some around 10,000 publications that belong to 2024 and 2023. So now we have shortlisted. First, we searched for NEP in higher education, and we want only articles from particular years. And next, I'm choosing field of research. I don't want articles from health sciences. I don't want articles from biomedical or clinics. I don't want articles from human society, but I want articles only from the field of education. So in this category, in this filter, you can categorize what field of research do you want your articles to come from. So once you have set this limit to, it will take you to the publication type. Do you want articles? Do you want monographs? Do you want edited books? Or do you want newspapers? Or do you want magazines? All those things it will ask. Since we have only articles in this category in NAP in higher education, it shows we have 842 articles. And after filtering, after screening all these things, this is the home page that you will be get displayed. So you can sort the list based on relevance, based on citation, based on the higher number of citations, based on the higher number of citation means, and all those things you can sort this. And this is the first paper that Dimensions AI has given you. This paper was written in 2024. Evaluation and Program Planning is the title of the journal, and it is an article. And if you click this get PDF, you can get the whole PDF of the article. And this add metric will give you how many citations this article has been cited. Now what we are going to do is, we don't have time for clicking every article, reading that. Maybe one article may take 18 to 20 pages, so it might take you 2 hours to read the complete article. So what we want to, what I'm doing is, I'm just clicking this summarize option. So if you click this summarize option, this window will open. So without clicking summarize option, this window will not open. So once you click this summarize option, the first category is TLDR. As you know, it is an internet synonym for too long, didn't read. The paper is very much long, so I do not have time to read. Just give me the gist of the paper. So this will give you the national education policy. This is gist of the paper, the abstract of the paper. It aims to transform India's educational landscape. If you find this paper to be relevant to your study, you can click this add to library. If you don't find this paper is not relevant, you can move to the next paper. And if you click this key highlights, it will give you 4 points. What are the paper discusses about? So this paper discusses about NEP represents a significant milestone. It analyzes alignment with global educational trends. It has potential to impact student learning outcomes. It aims to promote equity, equality, innovation. So if your objective, if your research objective is also relevant to these key highlights, you can just click add to library. So imagine from 150 million publications, we have restricted to 842 articles which are relevant to our research, and we can even filter after that. We can even filter using this summaries. It might have taken us some 5 to 6 minutes to find whether an article is suitable for my research or not. And in the right side, you'll find that in education, I chose that in research categories in education, you can find among these papers, is does it come under any other subcategory. For example, look at this 3901. It comes under curriculum and pedagogy. In education, 371 articles belong to curriculum and pedagogy. It discusses about curriculum and pedagogy. 368 about education systems, 309 about education policy, sociology and philosophy, and 132 about specialist studies in education. Imagine you are doing a research on NEP 2020, but you want to find whether NEP 2020 aligns with the goals of special students. You can just click this and you'll find that 138 research article. And after using this filter, these screening methods, you can find whether maybe some 18 to 20 articles that might be relevant to your research. So this is dimensions.ai. The next is OpenRead.academy. This is again an AI based website. What this will do is, this will help you get a summary of the research paper. Previously, Dimensions helped you to search research papers, find the exact research papers, and it told you the abstract, the gist of the research paper. This will help you in a summarization. It will create you a whole paper summary, and this website is built upon semantic search. It helps with the help of keywords. It can make find relevant papers contextually, and you can also do topic extractions, identify key themes and concepts in articles. Let me uh, go to the website. Okay. So this is the home page of the website. So it will ask you for signing up procedure. So once you have completed the signing up procedure, this is the home page that will displayed in your monitor. So you can look at here, 300 million paper. So this website has access to more than 300 million papers. Now what you have to do is, you can either search. If you have a topic in your mind, you can search with your topic. Or if you have a paper and you want to find, or if you have typed something in your Microsoft Word, or if you have something in a PDF, you can upload that paper and find relevant articles. So what I have done in this is, I have typed teaching English for adult learners. If my area of research is teaching English for adult learners, I am typing this. So once I start typing this, it will also give you suggestions like this: the challenge of teaching English to adult learners in today's world, keyword based model of teaching English for adult learners. But I do not find these suggestions to be relevant to my research, so I just click go. After clicking teaching English for adult learners, I click go. Now this comes. Look at this. Teaching English for adult learners. Adult teaching English should be combined with characteristics of English education and the needs of adult language. This is a literature review. This is a complete literature review generated by this AI website using the papers. This one, number one, two, three are research papers, which I will show you in the next slide. So what in the previous software, that is dimensions.ai, it will, as I said, it will help you to find exact relevant articles to your research. What you can do with this website OpenRead is, after finding those 18 to 20 articles that are relevant to your research, you can take that research paper, come and upload in this OpenRead website, and it will give you the literature review. It will write your literature review. You need not you need not read the paper, you need not read the methodology or something. This website can write a literature review. See, some 8 to 10 lines of literature review are present in your screen in just a minute of time. So the number one represents this paper. If it is cited by one, it represents this paper. It is linked to this paper. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and goes on. If you feel that the paper number 2 is not relevant to you, since it is talk something about medicine and education, you can click and remove this paper. You find 1 and 3 to be relevant. So if you click this remove option, in the previous slide, the second citation will gone. Nowhere the second paper will be cited in your literature review. So this is how the second software, OpenRead.academy, can be used. Now we are moving into the third one, namely Research Rabbit. Most of you might have used this. The website is www.researchrabbit.ai. What how this one is different from the previous two AI softwares is, it can help you through visual literature mapping. You know, it can it can give you charts, it can give you flow charts like items. If you look at the logo of the Research Rabbit, it has give you connections, what this research paper has connection with this research paper, whether this research paper is connected to this research paper. So it can make you, the software will visualize the thing, and it will make you understand that every paper has a connections, and it can recommend smartly. I'll show you in the next slide. It can give you smart recommendations. You can also customizable collections. If you are working on a paper this semester and next semester you are working on a different paper, you can collect all those research articles to a particular collection. And this will also help you in citation and co-citation analysis, which we are not dealing. We are only dealing with literature reviews. And it can also make you do collaborative research. I'm opening the home page of the website. Okay, this is how the homepage of the website looks like. So after completing signing up, this is how the homepage of the literature, the website looks like. Here is the settings icon where you can customize the website for your research needs. Here we have three categories. One is new collection. As we said in the previous slide, you can collect the categories, the research number of articles. You can have categories, and if you have collections in your Zotero or Mendeley websites, you can also bring that to this. Now what I'm doing is, I have created a new category titled ESL. English as a second language. I have created a new category, and now I am clicking add papers. Once we click this add papers, it will take you to this window where you have to search with keywords, where you can search with keywords, or if you have the exact title of the paper, you can choose to type the title of the paper. If you have DOI, if you have PMI ID, or if you want to import from Zotero, anything that we can. And after typing the keywords, for example, I have typed teaching English as second language using ICT. So this is the area of research I am working on. Supposedly, this is the area of research I am working on. Teaching English as second language using ICT. After typing this, I will click search. Once you click search, it will take you to a list of research papers. For example, this is a research paper, the abstract of the research paper. If you find this research paper to be relevant to your study, you can click add to collection. Here you will find this option. If you find this paper to be relevant to your study, you can click add to collection. So you can scroll this bar, and you can click whatever the papers that are relevant to your study. You can just click add to collection, add to collection, add to collection, add to collection. So what I have done this is in this demo thing, I have chosen 5 research papers. Only 5 research papers I have added. The first research paper is harnessing and replacing the demands of 21st century learning. So I have added 5 research papers. Once I have added 5 research papers, it is showing there are 716 similar works. Okay. I have just added 5 research papers, but after doing a thorough analysis, it tells to me that like the research papers that you have selected, there are 716 research paper out there in the academic database. Okay, now next, explore people. If we want to explore people, in these 5 research papers, these authors have been mentioned either in the references or the main authors. These 15 authors have been mentioned. Since these 15 authors form a part of this research paper, it is also telling you these authors can be suggested to your research. I'm now clicking these authors. Now it takes to the field these authors, where you will find out of the 5 research papers that I have selected, this Harvati Hashim. He or she is the one of the author of my research paper that I have selected, and where he or she is working, how many publications do they have, how many publications have been cited, all those things will have. And if you look at the right side, it has a visual map. Harvati Hashim always collaborates with Vivian Anak Undi, but you find that I don't have that Vivian Unakundi, which tells you that this is the suggested author. Since Harbati Hashim always collaborates her or his research with Vivian Anakundi, it is come under suggested authors. I'm clicking now the suggested authors. See, Vivian Anakundi. So with this 5 research papers, I have find these 15 research authors who are doing work in my area of research, and it will also tell you, it also tells me that there are 12 more authors which I suggest you, which you might use for your research. Now I am clicking this similar work. This will take you to this window, similar work, where it shows you how many works, more than 50 papers. Okay, more than 50 papers out of 716, more than 50 papers. It tells you in a visualized form. And we have papers from Braun, we have papers from Bladden, Cram, Harriet, Perrin, and it goes on. If you want this paper, if you want 1987 Chickering, if you know the author's name and you find that he is the expert in the field, you just click his name and you'll find his papers alone. And after clicking the similar works, you find there are 223 authors forming these research works. And I can suggest you 404 authors. What I did is I just gave a keyword, teaching English as a second language. This is the keyword using ICT. One is with this very small keyword, I have found 716 papers in the academic database. I have found 15 to 12 authors who are also working in my research area. This is what we do in literature review and manual steps. But using websites like this, you can do it with ease. I'm moving to the next one, Elicit. I think most of you might have used this elicit.com. What this will help you is you can ask questions to this website like Google, like ChatGPT. You can ask questions to this instead of keywords. You can ask questions and it will do a literature review, and it will give you this list of research articles. And AI powered summarization, we saw in Diamond City, AI powered summarization is also available. Customizable filters, I'll show you. Customizable filters is also available. Maybe I'll take you to the website in order for a better understanding. Okay. So this is the home page of the website. You have to sign up and all those things need to be done. This is the home page of the website. Here, see, find papers, ask a research question. Okay, what you can do is you can ask a research question. For example, in the next slide, I have asked a research question. How does teaching method impact bilingual education? See, how does teaching method impact bilingual education? What this does is it gives me summary of the top 4 papers in this field, impact of teaching methods on bilingual education. This is a field. In this field, there are top four papers. It is giving me the summary. Like that, OpenRead Academy, it can also generate a literature review on its own. See, look at the first line. A line has been written and it has been cited. Which paper, where the paper is come from. Second line, citation from a different study. Third, citation from a different study, the same study as the first one and consolidated one. So again, this website will also help you to write the literature review without many human intervention. What are other features that this website has is, this is the top 4 papers that it has taken. What you can do is you can click this paper, and if you want the summary of the paper, abstract summary of the paper, you can choose this column. If you want the methodology, if you because while doing a literature review, some might tend to look at the methodology, because since it is their empirical studies, they might look for the methodology. So if you want the methodology section, you can add the methodology section. If you want the limitation section, you want to add the limitation section. But in the free version, you can just use only 4 columns. You can use the paper title, abstract, methodology, or limitation. If you do not want the methodology, you can click this, delete, and you can add something. Instead of methodology, I want what are the intervention effects that this paper has. So if I click this plus symbol, intervention effect will come here. So based on these 4 things, title of the paper, summary of the abstract, intervention effect, and limitations, a literature review will be ready for you. So this the only limitation that we have in this website is it can only choose 4 papers in this free version. Maybe once you have selected these 4 papers, you can copy this, paste it to a Microsoft Word, and after coming to that, you can remove these papers and go to the next 4 papers. This is the trick that you can do to use this website to its fullest utilization. Next is consensus.app. Consensus is another website. It is again question based search. I'll show you in the next slide. Question based search, and it will also give you key insights as well as summarization. And this will take you to the direct source. If you click that paper, it will take you to the paper, and you can chat with the paper also. What this paper? It is like the chat PDF website. You can chat with the paper also, and the interface is also very intuitive. I'll show you in the next slide. Consensus. So this is how the homepage of the consensus website appear. So you can ask the research. You can either using the keywords or using the research question that you have, or using the hypothesis that you have. You can just copy and paste in there and click this search. Once you click this search, it will take you. For example, here I have typed teaching vocabulary to students with dyslexia. So now I am doing a research on teaching vocabulary to students with dyslexia. So this is my research area. I have clicked and given search. Now what this will give you is, this will give you an elaborate literature review, not like OpenRead Academy or not like Elicit. It will give you a very elaborate literature review. See, look at here. You can just take some 30 seconds to read. Teaching vocabulary to students with dyslexia, and it has given us a literature review. What methods do we have? What effective teaching methods that can help. See, look at what platforms that can be used. Studies indicate that students using hybrid technology outperform traditional technology. All things happens. The features of this website is this filter icon. This filter icon is the major feature of this website. This website, I'll take you to the next thing. Okay, if you click this filter icon, this window will open. This right side, this window will open. Now you can select whether you want papers from 2024. You can also select 2024-23. No, I want papers from 1990. Yes, you can click this. So in this you can filter the papers based on year. If you want only open access papers, you can click this and gain access to only open access papers. You can also click this option to ask whether paper available. Sometimes the website tells you the paper not available, but if you click this option, it will go to the website and find whether PDF of the paper is available. It is in the beta version. If the PDF of the paper is available, it will get you the PDF of the paper also, and you can use citations. The next window I have, you can use citations. I want paper that has a minimum of 50 citations. You can click, give that 50 or more, or 50 or less in that column, and you can click that apply. That will get you a literature review from papers that has been cited more than 50 times. Study types, I need only papers from meta-analysis papers, or I need only papers from observational studies, or I need papers from randomized control trial as well as animal trial. Maybe we do not from humanities discipline, we do not use this animal trial or in vitro trial. Sometimes we use case studies also, case report. I need literature review only from case reports. You can click this option and click apply. After clicking this apply, this column, this particular page will change. This will generate you a literature review based only on case reports and randomized control trials. So after this, after choosing randomized control trials, what kind of study you want, you can choose whether you want only control studies, and you want, if you want maybe students, maybe medical people or clinical people will choose this human studies. I want human studies. You can have a sample size. I need to gather literature review from a sample of more than 250 participants, or at least the duration of the research should be at least a minimum of 1 year duration. The research should be tested for the stand of time. So it should be minimum of a duration of 1 year or a day. You can choose all these. You can choose whether it should be from a Scopus Index journal, Quarter 1 journals, Quarter 2 journals. All these you can select. You can select the domain, and there are several filters. You can just click and open and can find several filters which will help you to find the exact relevant sources for your research. If you go to Google, or if you go to JSTOR or type something, it will give you the paper. It will give you the paper, but once you click the paper and if you read the PDF, you will find that the study has been done in a different field than your field. Or maybe once you after completing, after reading the paper, you'll understand that this study does not have enough sample size. So these websites with these filters can help you to find the exact papers that you need. The rejection after doing a literature review, the rejection rate might be very slow if you use these techniques. Next. Next one is ChatGPT. So this is the final literature review tool that we are going to discuss in this session. So ChatGPT, as you all know, I have not given any demo for ChatGPT or something. This will not find or discover papers, because ChatGPT is known for making mistakes. So this will not find the exact papers available in the academic database. What this can do is from OpenRead Academy or from this Consensus or Elicit, you can copy paste the literature review and paste it in ChatGPT, and you can ask the ChatGPT to synthesize the literature review. Maybe you are choosing a single topic. You are finding articles for the same topic in multiple AI websites. So the multiple AI websites will give you different literature review sources. But now you want a consolidated review. You can paste it in ChatGPT, and it can you can type the prompt to consolidate, synthesize, and give the final version of the paper. So this will give you, this will help you with your research. It will shows your research assistant. It can explore other literature also. Draft and edit support. Mostly I use ChatGPT for drafting and editing. What should come first, what should come second. Either it should be a hierarchical order, or it should be organized based on category. All these things ChatGPT will give. And after finalizing the literature review, if you have doubt on some concepts, you can put in ChatGPT. You can ask the ChatGPT what this means. It will also explain you the concepts. And custom queries, other than academic databases, you can also personally, if you want to if your queries want to be very customized to local settings, personal settings, it can also be used, it can also be asked using ChatGPT. Okay, so these are the literature, these are the AI tools that are available, and that are very much used, that are very much high rated in the academic databases. And what are the benefits as well as limitations of using these AI tools? So it has two benefits. One is efficiency. So AI powered literature reviews can be conducted more efficiently with broader coverage and reduced bias. Think of the manual days where we have to visit the libraries, where you have to look at the thesis found in the InflipNet or anything that is limited only to, I think InflipNet is limited only to Indian academia. If you want to access thesis from American or Western education, you have to go to a different website called ERIC. What this AI tools can do is it can collect materials globally. So you need not go to some 5 to 6 websites to take materials from. You can go, for example, if you want, if you are doing research on some American studies or something, researchers would ask you to go to University of Hyderabad because there is a center for American studies. And if you are doing research on language, English language, people would ask you to go to a FLU. But using these AI tools, you can find papers from all over the world. And if the papers count is in millions or lakhs, you need not bother because it is going to summarize the papers, it is going to give the final output of the literature review. So efficient literature review can be conducted using these AI tools. Comprehension. Uh, Tools like Research Rabbit, it can help you comprehend the concepts visually. Okay, so this particular author is doing something, this particular author is doing something. So these authors can be linked to be studied. So visual tools can enhance the comprehension of research findings, and it can also help you to avoid bias. So these are the two major benefits of using AI tools in literature reviews. And coming to the limitations, coming to the negatives of using AI tools, the quality of the data is a question because even though it can gain access to millions of research papers and drafts, sometimes the very best paper in your field might not be published online. It might be available in a very remote library in a printed version. So the quality of the data is a question because most of the softwares gain access to open access journals only, and journals that are not up to the standard levels. Because if you are gaining access to standard journals, you need to pay to the journal. So most websites do not pay to those journals. So the quality of the data is a compromise. So it depends on the quality of underlying data. If it has access to major website, it has access to top rated websites, it can give you quality data. Ethical concerns. Using technology and using AI, we always need to follow ethics. Sometimes it might give you plagiarized content. Since I think when ChatGPT was released in 2022, when people started to using it, the literature review that ChatGPT produced was something that is not even available in the world. It creates a own literature review, it creates a own author, it creates a own heading, yeah, as if it is available in the website. So there is a risk of plagiarism and there is a risk of bias also in this using AI powered tools. So what can be done to overcome these challenges? The best practices for using AI. Even though if you use AI, you should evaluate. Though if you use all those filters to evaluate papers relevant to your research, it is better that once after downloading the paper, after selecting those 150 or 200 research papers that is relevant to your research, you can again critically evaluate whether these papers are relevant to my research, whether these papers follow the same methodology that I have planned to follow. All things you can evaluate. Don't just depend only on AI. You can seek the help of AI. At the same time, you can also evaluate in your own sense. Second one, regularly updating tool knowledge. Sometimes the tool might be outdated because some 2 years before, people always go for Google Scholar, JSTOR, Semantic Scholars for downloading research papers. Now, since the advent of ChatGPT and other cutting edge AI technologies, they have also incorporated AI. Even if you visit the Scopus website, there is in the right side down column, you'll find that you can search with the help of AI. So sometimes you need to visit the websites often to find whether there is any update, because technology or any application or any software, uh, the updates will be very frequent. Maybe in 10 days, maybe in 15 days, there will be a new update which will help you your research better. So sometimes you have to visit the website often to find whether there is any updation in the filtering methods or in the evaluation methods of the research paper. Finally, do it with ethics. Okay, whenever you are using AI websites, ethical considerations in data use. Even if you are using AI, check whether AI cites the author properly. Sometimes the AI might mistake some. Maybe the paper would have 5 authors, but AI would only pick 4 authors and leaving one author out. So sometimes you might rather recheck whether I have cited everyone, whether I have followed the research ethics. Sometimes the AI might give you papers that are not approved clinical trials. So of course, ethics has been lost. So sometimes you have to sensibly work on those papers to find whether I am following my own ethics. So the key takeaways of the session is, first we saw what is AI powered literature reviews, how it can automate and accelerate the research process. It won't because when I was doing my research, it literally took me around 1.5 years to complete my literature review chapter, because this shortlisting, this evaluating whether this study is relevant to my research objective, whether this uses data, whether it is the data has been analyzed using statistics and all those things, filtering, all these process cost me a lot of time. So what this AI powered literature reviews can do, it can automate as well as accelerate the research process. If you start working using these tools by now, it might take you completing the literature chapter maybe in the next 45 days or 50 days, which is a boon. Next, importance of literature review. This is what we saw, how why literature reviews are important. It helps you to identify gaps, it helps you to build research context, and it also ensures credibility in the field that you are working on, the knowledge of the field. And the tools that we have explored, we have saw Dimensions, AI, OpenRead, Research Rabbit, Elicit, Consensus, and ChatGPT. I have also given each and every website's link in the slides also. You can recheck it for later. And what I suggest is, don't go for only one software. Use all these softwares to gain your literature review. And finally, use synthesis. That will help you multiple insights. For efficient literature synthesis, use all these softwares. And benefits, we looked at the benefits, how it saves time, how it improves the accuracy, and how it simplifies your workflows. And finally, AI will make your literature reviews smarter, faster, and more innovative. So with this, I close. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Professor? Professor Rexmart?
Thank you so much for the conversation. Into the so it's time to deliver word of thanks.
Is
Going
someone
to one
speaking?
dot present here. Is it audible?
Yeah, now it is audible. Please, ma'am, please proceed.
Is it audible? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable insights into the literature review, sir. It
Thank you,
really
ma'am.
provides us with a new area and that will really help us in our research. Thank you so much, sir. So now it's time to deliver the word of thanks. Good evening to one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to propose word of thanks at this juncture. We have come to the end of third day of our workshop on next-gen research tools. As we wrap up the insightful session, it is my honor to deliver the word of thanks. Firstly, I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker and the resource person, Dr. A. Aravind Raja, who shared his expertise with us today. Your presentation provided us with a deeper insights into the topic AI-powered literature review. We are truly grateful for your time and dedication, sir. I thank our management for giving the opportunity to organize this event. A special thanks goes to our head of the department, Dr. T. Devi, for encouraging us to come out with the flying colors in all our academic endeavors. I thank the organizing committee members and the department faculty members for their constant support and dedication towards the success of the program. I would also like to thank our participants for their enthusiastic engagement and participation. Your active participation has contributed greatly to the richness of our discussions, making this workshop a collaborative and an enriching experience for all. Thank you all once again for your valuable contributions today. Have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing you all back here tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. It was
Thank
amazing,
you. Thank
amazing
you,
session
Professor.
today. Thank you.